okay in the end.
Did well to keep the toe down, though.
Again, this game moves so quick, it's hard to analyse anything too much. But, for example, that one on that run-out a second ago, you know, she did well to catch it because she's one side of the stumps. When the ball came the other side of the stumps, she had to kind of catch the ball away from her eye line. So it was a more difficult take. It's the one that you'll probably mess up more often. But yeah, I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. Fackrell getting a second over here at the 6th.
Nicely played. It should be cut off, and nice bit of fielding there as well. You see that one, that was Ellis that goes for the stop, but right behind was Millie Taylor, just in case, just doing the backing up. So working well as a team.
Dave B obviously was here for the men's ECC, and he's watching on from France. He wants us to say hello to Steve Penn. I saw Steve over there in the fan zone, so I say big hello. I'm not sure if we're on the TVs over there just yet, but maybe we'll try it. I'm going to ask everyone that's watching in the fan zone, maybe you can give us a wave if you're listening. Oh, they must be able to hear us.
Yeah.
Well, somebody can at least. It gets pretty rowdy over there at times. But yeah, it's great to have it filling up a little bit. Fackrell now, last ball of her spell. Hit back over her head, but not really that far. Is coming and going, toing and froing. They won't get a run. It was like a perfect lob wedge in the end. It was hit with backspin. And so Austria are going to finish the 6th over 30 for 4.
You're well bowled, and yeah, started with a wicket, didn't she, with the very first ball, and kept it nice and tidy. Just a 7 off her spell of 2 overs.
Just with the game where it is at the moment, let's say Austria, and the way it's looking, they're on 50 pace. Let's say it's in the 50s, what they score. Then England 11, they might have the best opportunity this morning to actually win with that bonus point and chase it in 7 overs. Because both the wins so far, they've just been regular wins. We saw Austria win the first game. We saw the Netherlands win the second game. But they were pretty close matches, so they only got 3-point wins. A 4-point win. If you're batting second, you need to chase in 7 overs or less.
Nice hit. Takes a single. Good delivery as well. Good bit of cricket all round, actually. First of all, the ball from Millie Taylor was nice full length. Good clean strike. The ball well picked up by the fielder. Good throw over the stumps. Taken by the bowler. Good cricket.
They're continuing with their left arm wrist spin. And there was a question in the chat, who was that Australian that bowled occasional left arm wrist spin in the 90s? I think they're talking about Michael Bevan, who was also kind of like a one-day specialist for Australia in that period. I think he averaged over 50 before it was cool in one-day cricket, mainly through not-outs.
Flighted up just wide of that in short mid-wicket, and that's why I like this field. It's really good. I mean, it basically is the bowler's got protection on the leg side. You've got 3 on the leg side on the boundary. You've got a short mid-wicket to stop the single or take any catches.
It's a well thought out field, isn't it?
And that's worked for them. And then I like what they've got on the offside. 3 close and a sweeper. And this is full and straight on the money. And with the batter going across the line, so 2 things there. One is you're taking a risk to a delivery like that. Secondly, if you do get it, you're taking a further risk because you've got 3 fielders on the boundary and 1 in short ready to take the catch. But that's just well bowled. It just clips a bit of the off stump. So Millie Taylor picking up another wicket. That's her second, 2 for 8. Outstanding bowling.
Yeah, and very accurate bowling. So Bhardwaj is only able to contribute 4 to the total. I was just trying to think about how you'd counter that. And this is where, we're talking about tools of keeping. Tools of batting. And one way you could counter if you've got the right tools. I mean, there's no one kind of in the short third position, maybe a little reverse around the corner and use that pace. I think with 5 on the leg side, I think England feel Austria are going to try and go in that direction. And even with the 5 on the leg side, she still does. But trying to hit it across the straight ball, that's why cricket's a difficult game. If you get the timing wrong, you get the judgment wrong, that can cost you. Straight bat, you've got more chance of hitting it. And now we're going to have another run out. And that's a brilliant pickup from the bowler. It's a little bit low to the left, but it's going to be a golden duck for Buller. Again, I like that she took this on in the end. It had to be well executed from the English, but they were spot on. And another run out costs Austria another wicket.
Yeah, this is outstanding work. It really, I mean, I think it was always going to be dangerous, but so much had to be right. The throw, and there's what we were talking about. If you get the throw right and it's bouncing, takes it one-handed on the bounce, whips the bells off, and unfortunately Buller is going to go.
A bit more time, but sometimes you need that time.
Yeah.
You know, that throw was obviously not straight at the bowler, but she used that extra time well, and so 33 for 6 after 7 overs. And now Kiara Green, the captain, bring herself back on.
Yeah, Kiara Green was the one doing the fielding as well, got the throw in, so some more fantasy points for her, and now she's, I'm pretty sure, looking to get another scalp or two.
Can hit and run. Yeah, lack of hesitation, I think, is important. Like I said, to be honest, at this level and against a team like England 11, there's no easy certain runs in the infield ever, right? They've decided to go for 5 in the infield, 4 in the outfield, so he's still kind of attacking in the air. And almost thrilling catch from Kiara Green up to her right, but she can't quite get there, and the result's a single.
Yeah, it's two teams out there with, well, very different experiences, I guess, but got the same taste, same wardrobe taste, the red and the black. It's almost like there's too many. Sometimes you look out there and think, hang on a minute, there's too many players on the field.
They look quite similar. Hey, good early call. Communication's everything. Kamati saw that was straight at the fielder, said no, gave HSP the chance to get back.
Goes for the shot down the ground. I mean, I don't mind this hit because with the mid-off inside the circle, I think that's the shot to play, isn't it? You got to get your footwork in, and then you got a very good wicketkeeper, Maddie Ward, who's waiting to whip the bells off. So under a lot of pressure, haven't been able to play the sort of game they would have liked, and of course those run-outs early on sort of hurt them as well. But, no, there's not a run on there.
I think the communication's been pretty good between these two, between the wickets, on these kind of dicey ones, looking at each other, loud calling, being on the same page.
It's end of the over, and I think only just a couple of that over. So fine spell from the captain, Kiara Green. We'll go just for the.
Can I tell you something I just noticed?
Tell me.
Do you know how far they are ahead of the clock right now? We're only 27 minutes into this innings, and we've had 8 overs. So I think around the world, a few people need to watch what's going on here in the CCW and learn how to keep the game moving. So now I reckon they've got about, they've got 17 minutes to bowl this over. Combination of, I suppose, the wickets falling, so some allowances for that, but then also the slow bowling and hustling through the overs.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's something new. Every time a wicket falls, you get a wicket added on. Also, I think because of the earlier penalty, teams don't want to be, giving runs away, so they're coming out there to bat pretty quickly, but also haven't been too many boundaries. So it's been ticky-tacky.
One thing I've learned through doing this, slow bowling is fast.
This that field again.
All right, here we go with Bethan Ellis in over number 9, bowling for the first time.
Yeah, nice start. We'll take the single. I think batters wouldn't mind a little bit more pace on the ball. It means that the field is slightly further back, and also if they make good contact, they can use some of that pace against Ellis. But nice, steady start, as you've seen from all the bowlers. Gives this a bit of whip. It's close to that wide line. It'd be worth having a look at this again, I think.
Yeah, it was good for me. I think it just tails out a little bit, but yeah. But it wasn't a badly directed full toss. Good shot. Fielder does the right thing out there. It's Chachi Pai. She was looking to turn into a catch. When she couldn't, she just blocked it. But then also the batters didn't hesitate to come for 2. The hesitation, I think, would have killed them.
Once again, taking it on. The direct hit, and he's out, and that is out. Beautiful bit of fielding, lovely pick up, and that's Megan Sturge. Picks it up, aims Let's go. Fires.
Again,
Gone.
good decision making. You didn't have time to go for the bowler. The bowler wasn't even there. But I think we'll see that direct hit's going to make all the difference. So, yeah, we're talking about where to receive the ball. Sometimes you got to know just to get out the way. And I think that's exactly what Bethan Ellis is doing there. Good decision making. Once again, fantastic fielding from the England 11, setting the standard here. 3 run-outs in the innings. And Austria are going to lose a Kamachi for 3. It's 38 for 7.
Yeah, I mean, on that occasion, I think a throw to the bowler would have meant that Kamachi would get in. Kamachi deciding that you've got to try and get runs on the board somehow, and took on the fielder. But, well, Megan Sturge was spot on and knocks the stumps over. Fielding has been, I've got to say, in all the innings that we've seen so far today, fielding has been exceptional from all the teams.
Yeah, and there's real focus on it. So, yeah, Bethan Ellis hails from the Warwickshire area, plays with the Central Sparks. I've got to admit, one of the things when I was doing a bit of research about where the England 11 play their cricket, there's some very kind of 21st century names going around in England cricket these days. Just like the Blaze. Like one was called the Lightning, now they're called the Blaze, as if the Lightning wasn't cool enough. Anyway, 8 to come. And it's Emma Kirkman who's at the non-strikers end. And Emma's a fascinating one for me. She's hasn't played a lot of cricket, but she's got a lot of attributes and she's got a lot of natural talent. And so she's found a place into this side. I really enjoyed watching her bat in the ECIW. Coming in a bit low here. She is kind of your classic boundary hitter. You know, she goes out there, she likes to attack. Let's see if she gets an opportunity. Hannah Simpson-Parker faces up last ball of the 9th.
And this one, it's a swing and a miss, and it's a bit of indecisiveness. There's no calling here, really.
This is the thing, I've noticed this a lot. Again, inexperience in the cricket. Kirkman's readily heading back, but why? There's no one there.
Yeah.
And then by the time they think of it, they think, oh, let's not risk another run out. So they're just going to have to eat a dot. And at the end of 9 overs, 38 for 7. But silver lining, one of my favourites, Kirkman, she'll be facing up at the start of the 10th over. I've got to say, Bethan Ellis, really good over from her, only conceding 3. Talk about a team effort, have a look at that. All the 6 bowlers used, and nobody more expensive than a runner ball. And yeah, like I said, different countries have different levels of infrastructure. Their player base will be playing different amounts of cricket, sometimes very little match practice and a lot of training. So it'll be a clash sometimes. And you can see England 11, they're very well drilled here. They're kind of comfortable, I think, in the setting, even though it's a bit of a foreign setting, this ECN format. Anyway, it's going to be Amy Wheeler who comes back. She bowled really well in the second, only conceding a single. So Kirkman faces up. What can she do with last over?
Well, I think this gets her on the glove a little bit here, so I think that's going to sting. I think she may have trapped the ball, or the ball might have trapped her between the hand and the...
Yeah, that looks like a kind of...
the handle.
Yeah, just jammed her, hasn't it? But fairly strong signal sent from Wheeler.
And this is pretty similar as well, so I think just it's the pace here.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it is. And yeah, to credit to Kirkman, I mean, she's hit 2 in a row, but it's probably a bit quicker than anything that's been delivered to her before on a cricket field. Wheeler looks cool as a cucumber at the moment, doesn't she? Now, I wonder if she goes fuller and maybe tries to clean up the poles.
No, sticks to the same plan, so that's 3 on the spin.
Again, that's the kind of, at this stage, I think you've got to run on that. You've still got 3 wickets to go. Maybe you can get an extra run. Yeah, okay, you're 38. It doesn't look that pretty, but I think that strategically, you can at least give yourself a chance at getting a run.
Right, certainly enjoying herself. Wheeler bowled brilliantly well. It was only the one run that came off her last time round, and she comes again. Goes for it. Oh, well.
That'll help.
Just wanted to show what she could do with a short ball. Well, that is going to be a minimal.
Well, I mean,
she wants to show she's got some wheels.
You could find the tallest person we've ever seen play on ECN who's 216 centimetres, and that still would have gone over his head.
You know, but you know what it's like, when you're a fast bowler, you want to know what the track has. if I bang one in, is it going to give me something?
That was incredibly
she's got
impressive
She's
to
got
get a
her
ball
answer.
that high. I mean, you could have climbed a 6-foot ladder and still not reached it. So 5 to the total.
And now it's full and straight, and that's a Yorker. Well, I suppose that's what she wanted to do. Get the short ball in to put the fear into the batter and say, that's what I can do when I bang it in. And that's the old trick, the oldest trick in the book. And then that's that sort of away swinging Yorker. And unfortunately, Kirkman had no answer to it at all.
Yeah,
will depart.
It's a tough one for Kirkman, I suppose, when she looks at it. But what I will say, you know, she did compete in that contest. She did get bat on a couple. 5 runs for the team as the 5 wides came. But yeah, the Yorker came, and then Derek came soon after. But yeah, how about that from Amy Wheeler, taking the bouncer Yorker strategy to strange new places, bowling one into outer space, but the next one bangs into the middle stump, and Austria lose an 8th with 2 remaining, 43 for 8.
Yeah, it's still, though, I mean, all right, it's 5 wides, but if you think of what she did in that over, it was short of a length, short of a length, short of a length, too quick, too fast for Kirkman. Then the next one was, well, banged in short, 5 wides, and then full and straight. And this one may be full and straight as well. It goes outside the off, but once again, great hands there from Maddie Wood. Been very impressed with Maddie.
One of our ECN super fans, Christopher Ward, well, he's claiming some sort of relationship now, even though I don't think there's a relation. But he wants to claim a bit of Maddie because she's been brilliant behind the stumps. Ganeshan will face the last ball now. Austria 43 plus this.
And it'll be plus nothing because, well, the only runs that had come off Wheeler was the 1 single and then the 5 when she went macho and banged it into the deck and gave away 5 wides. But it's been a very impressive performance from the England 11. It's what I think we expected to see. We expected them to be polished and sharp in the field, and they were. And all the bowlers executed their line absolutely brilliantly. If you look on the extra front, 5 wides, there was the 4 byes as well, and 1 leg bye. So that's a really good performance. And when you think about the 5 wides, remember, that's the one that was banged in.
It was.
That's the only wide.
It was incredibly, it was a wide that went over middle stump, put it that way.
Yeah.
But let's go back and look at the highlights because everyone was excited to see the England 11, and we got a few little Christmas elves in the house as well, I think, at the moment. Some of our fans here at the Carter Oval. What a start, though. Sabu went large first ball. It probably was the highlight in retrospect for Austria, who did have a hard time dealing with a more professional England 11 outfit. There's no bones about it. Their pace options were good. They had several types of spin options, which I really liked. Their fielding was dynamite. They threw themselves around. And even though they might have never played this format of the game, they certainly are very, very skillful individuals and coming together as a team. I think they were very good. And I think the way that they took these runouts, I think, showed a lot. They summed up the situation. They made good decisions. Austria challenged them, and most of the time, England were up to the challenge.
Yeah, that was a big one, though, wasn't it, when we saw Stiglitz taking the single and Sabu not getting that quick enough, because that was the big wicket, I think, that England were after. There were some nice shots, and the Stiglitz did play a couple of nice ones to the boundary. This one just got away from the fielder, despite the diving effort. But then the next ball, it was a